Hello, people. I haven't been live for a couple days. I have been putting out videos, and I just want everybody to know that I'm going to start going live more often. And the main reason I haven't gone live is because I'm getting some shows together, and I'm getting some interviews together. I just want to explain to you real quick. People might be saying, so why did I put that video up about Stax? I don't even know who Stax was. And then he was doing a show with Jimmy Calandra about maybe a week ago. And then they ended the show insulting me. I don't even know this man. And of course, Jimmy insults me because that's his new life occupation. Every video, he makes sure he insults me in the end of it or the beginning of it. So at that point, I said to myself, okay, let me check into this guy. And people start sending me stuff. I have all sorts of stuff in my email about everybody. And some stuff I use, some stuff I don't use. But I got the video of him having the fight in the house and him getting beat up in the house. And someone says to me, oh, it's 10 years ago. Hey, that fake kidnapping thing they put up on me was 10 years ago too. You know, it doesn't mean that you can't use it. It happened. Okay, and so the funny thing is, this morning I opened up my email, and out of the blue, Stax sent me an email that says, "I got you, scumbag." So I'm like, okay, I got you, scumbag. I'm wondering what he's talking about. So I said, so okay, what are you trying to say, Stax? And he goes, I want to do an interview on your show. And so Friday night at 7:00. We're going to put this in prime time too, 7:00 Friday night. I am going to interview Stax on this show. I have no idea what he's going to say. We haven't talked. Of course, he doesn't care for me. But Stax will be on this show Friday night unless he backs out. But he's committed now. So he pretty much wants to debate me about the video I put up of the fight in his house, which is all fine and good. I feel like if you're going to say something about somebody, you should give them the opportunity to debate you. I sent a link to Gunner's email, and I invited them on today. If he drops in, I will let him up here and let him discuss what he wants to discuss with me. And also, the information that I got on the A-lights and stuff, I'm putting it in files right now. And soon I'm going to start doing some shows and releasing some of those tapes and conversations and emails and everything that the demented minds of the A-lights. So you can really get into that demented mind of the A-lights. But I'm looking forward to everything. I'm having a great time, and the insults are still coming strong. I'll give you an example. Like right here, we could put this up and, okay, Fatball, the other day you were on my son's show. A different genre than this one. Just to fucking, bother him and his show. But luckily they have a lot of nerds there and it's hard to do. So basically what I'm going to tell you is I would appreciate it if you stayed here, otherwise I'm just going to not boot you from my show, dude. Come on, stay away from my family. But this is a lot of stuff that a lot of people here do. They just, he says, I enjoy those books they talk about. Hey, listen, if you go over there and you like my son's show, that's great. Just don't go over there to be a troll. That's really not cool, man. It's kind of below the belt. And then I also talked about some Instagram pages that were put up, and they were pretty brutal. There were a lot of complaints filed, and they were taken down. They went after everybody. They went after me. They went after Fatball Sicilian's wife. It was, just horrible stuff. This is what the trolls do. And they're not even part of the Mafia Genre. They're not part of it. They're trolls. They pretend they are. And it gets pretty sad. I'd like to have a show here and discussing, like today I'm going to be discussing Gunner. And to be fair to Gunner, let me make one thing perfectly clear about Gunner. Gunner did 13 years in jail. He has no records of snitching whatsoever. He did his time like a man. He didn't, as far as people know, there's nothing about him snitching in his jackets. And everybody investigated him because they want to make sure, because he associates with guys like Larry Massa. So what I would tell you is, even though I'm going to do this with Gunner today, I have nothing but respect for him, especially the fact that he's done something I don't even know if I could do. I don't think I could do it. He went 13 years, no snitching, and he did his time. So you got to respect that about Gunner. The problem I have with Gunner is this. I'm going to put out these numbers, and people have to understand, but then I'll explain to you. Michael Francis, 636,000 subs. Sammy Gavano, 375,000 subs. Jimmy Calandra, 16.8 thousand subs. John Alite, 37,000 subs. Fatball Sicilian, 6 weeks his show's been up, 2.8K. Mob Rat, he's been up about 6 weeks, 2.1K. I'm about to hit 2K hopefully within the next month, sometime this month. I've been up 6 weeks also. Hootie, 2.5, and his show's new. Vlad TV has been around for a long time. But what does he do? He puts a lot of these rats on his show. The guy has 4.7 million viewers. He talks about everything, sure, but he does a lot of the mafia genre. He does a lot of that. As a matter of fact, he puts on these rats that don't even have credibility. They don't even check them. They have guys that do not deserve to be on Vlad TV, but they are. You know, and you'll look at them and you know. Okay, and then the reason I'm gonna play this little bit of what Gunner said today, and it gets kind of frustrating because I know he's very wrong about what he's saying about the mafia genre. He is very wrong. He underestimates it, and his numbers have gone. He still has the same amount of subscribers, but his viewership has gone down tremendously over the last year. And I'm gonna play what he says here, and this is his video. This is from his site, so I'm giving him his credit. And please go there, subscribe, you know, and do whatever you want to do there if you want. But here, I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to stop and talk about it.
Here's the thing. If you guys don't bring the flair, if you don't bring something unique and different, you'll crash and burn. And the reason for it is, and here's the main reason. There's a couple of reasons. And people will be annoyed by this next comment. But so the mob genre, it's not nearly as big as you think. There are 10, 12,000 like people who are interested in it, pretty fascinated in it. Past that, the people, if you can get to the mainstream people, which is like you know, Sammy the Bull might have 250,000
No, Sammy the Bull has 375,000, not 250.
Francis may have 700, 600,000, but there's only about 10,000 diehard groupie ones, and those are the ones you don't want. And the reason for them, they have no money. They're not spending money on nothing. They just live on YouTube and troll and comment and start trouble and say, this guy said that, he said that, I believe he's this guy didn't do this guy's more mobster than that guy, and that guy's a bigger gangster than him, he didn't do this, he said that, and I know this guy. Those guys, stay away from them. Don't cater to that market. They're worthless. They have no money. They're not buying them.
Listen to what this man did. This is what annoys me. He's using this philosophy about what the mafia genre is all about. And he's making it sound like 10,000 people are big fans of this. Does he really believe this? Do you think that Jimmy Calandra has 16,000? Jimmy offers nothing on his show except his past and living on Bath Avenue. That's the only reason people watch Jimmy. They're not watching him because he has other people on besides the mob. And then you have Sammy Gavano. Sammy Gavano would have gotten out of jail and started another drug empire if it wasn't for the fact that he can make money off a show like this. I mean, the guy has 375,000 viewers. Do you know how silly, I don't even want to say stupid because I'm not trying to insult Gunner, But do you know how silly that is, Gunner? 10,000? You think there's only 10,000 diehard fans in the Mafia genre? Are you kidding me? You are so far off. Gunner, this is why your numbers are going down. You're so stubborn. You refuse to admit that your philosophy about this is wrong. You're selling shirts that have Mafia on it. I mean, look what it says. I mean, everything you're doing. You had John A. Light on your show, you got your best numbers. You had Larry Mazza on your show, you got your best numbers. And all these other people you're bringing on right now, you're getting crappy numbers. And they're, you know why? Because they're not part of the Mafia genre. Nobody's interested in your show without them. You know, if you think that you can keep on bringing on people that aren't Mafia genre and keep talking about them, you're wrong, Gunner. Absolutely wrong, Gunner. It's very disrespectful for you to mock the people that come on here and enjoy, and they consider themselves experts on the Mafia. I'm not an expert. You know, I don't know nearly as much as most of the people that are in here that are my fans are saying. I'll give you a perfect example. Ball Sicilian. He has his birthday the other day. People are generous enough and wish him a happy birthday. The people that watch him, the Mafia genre, and he was telling me several $100, $300-400 for his birthday. People saying thank you. That doesn't sound like a bunch of broke ass Mafia genre people. I think if anything, you owe these people an apology. I mean, why would you talk down to people that like to be, sure, you have your trolls. There's no doubt. I get trolled so fucking bad. It's incredible. But the Mafia genre has opened up doorways for people. I do not like Jimmy Calandra. I do not like Sammy Gravano at all. And I'll be the first person to admit it. But because of the Mafia genre, their doors in their life have been opened to make money doing something legal. These guys are criminals. But they've been given the ability to make money honestly. And they're doing it. And you know, and you mock Jimmy Calandra. I see all the time you mock him, but he has more viewers than you. He has more viewers than me, subscribers. He has more. He's like number 3, 4 in line. John A. Light, whether you like him or not, he's number 3. I mean, you got, you know, John A. Light right now is at 37,000. And his numbers are going way down because people are starting to get onto his game and know he's full of shit. But the fact of the matter is that he has big numbers. What do you think? That anybody besides Mafia people are going to watch John A. Light? John A. Light offers nothing to nobody except his bullshit stories. The crowd that comes to him are our Mafia genre. That's who they are. So my advice to you, Gunner, is get back to the Mafia genre, stop insulting them, and your numbers will pick up again, and you'll start doing what you used to do. You have totally turned your back on the people that have helped make your show. And then on top of that, Gunner, you insult New York. Dude, you live in Detroit. Detroit can never insult any place. Then you say there's nothing but rats running around New York. Yes, there's a lot of rats, but that's everywhere. And that's the government making people flip. It's called RICO. If one goes down, the whole group goes down. So you have to understand that too, Gunner. So you're making a bunch of statements that really doesn't have anything backing them. I'm sure that if you had somebody backing you that was a public relations, let's say, you should, because what you're saying about the Mafia genre is wrong. Do you think Sammy Gravano is told that, listen, fuck the Mafia genre. There's only 1,000 of them. There's only 10,000 of them. Are you kidding me? You're not even close. They even have this silly ass show on MTV with Sammy Gravano about the mafia families. Horrible show. But you know what? I bet you they still get 1 million people watching it, even as bad as it is. And I'm just talking to you like a buddy. Stop insulting the mafia genre. It's a bad idea. People might agree or disagree with me, but my show would not be where it is now if it wasn't for the diehard mafia genre. And you're talking about them not having money. You're acting like they're bums and they don't work. How do you know who works and who doesn't work? I mean, what do you think? Everybody here watching this show right now is a bum and they don't work and they don't have no money. And as you said, they live in their parents' basement. I'm sure that some of them live in their parents' basement. Oh, well, a very little tiny amount. But I can guarantee you that most of the people that come and watch these shows, if you do not entertain them, they're not going to hang around. And you're not entertaining them right now, and that's why your numbers are dropping. You did a video today, and you're at like 400 views, and it's been up for a few hours. There was a time, Gunner, when you would do 2,000-3,000 views every show. But that's when you didn't insult the mafia genre. That's just a fact. It's like insulting. It's insulting to people like me. It's insulting to people like Walt Sicilian. It's insulting to Jimmy Calandra. Even insulted to that piece of shit, Sammy Gravano. Because you're just insulting them. Your show is doing worse than all these other shows right now. Granted, you have more subscribers, but if you have 6,000 subscribers like you do, you should have 2,000-3,000 people watching every one of your videos. Every one of your videos, but you don't. And that's ever since you started knocking the mafia genre. You have product you want to sell. You have books you want to sell. You're not a snitch either. So that alone you could use as part of who you are. You're not a snitch. You should be proud of yourself because you got these snitches like Mazza and A-Light and Calandra and Gravano making really good money off their shows because they're not knocking their customers. Who the hell knocks their customers? That's just some advice. I'm going to listen to the audience now. I'm the audience. I'm sorry. To the viewers, and you can tell me what you think. You can put your questions up here and we'll go over them. I just wanted to have a good live show today, talking to people, let you know that I'm still nice and healthy and I'm around. And I'm going to be doing a lot of these live shows. I'm going to start doing at least 5 to 6 a week. And once again, coming on this Friday at 7 o'clock, Chatting with Stax will be here. And I'm doing him a favor. Let's face it. His viewership is way down also. He can have, once again, you can have all these subscribers in the world. It's not the subscribers that count. It's how many views you get on your videos that count. And if you're getting 200-300 views per video, you're in trouble. I put up these little clips. I put up a Soprano clip of people calling me Junior. It's got 1,000 views and it's only 1 minute long. I put up the clip yesterday of Stax getting toasted and beat up in his house. That's going to hit 1,000 probably by the end of the day. So I'm putting up these little ones and they're doing 1,000. And that's what it is. And my mind hasn't really been in it the last couple of days because of the attacks on my family by the trolls. But my mind's back in it. I'm very clear now. And I'm going to take some questions. You guys want to ask me whatever you want to ask. Oh boy, we're way behind. No, Lee is right. By attacking the mafia genre, he is by proxy attacking all those that are interested in it. Yeah. Richie, according to the man, I'm sorry, Gunner, I forgot your name for a minute. According to Gunner, Richie, you don't have a job and you're in the basement of your parents. So is that true? Just let me know if it is. Okay, Lee Cole looking for attention at 60 years old. This is one of my nemesis. You know, of course I'm looking for attention. I'm an old man. I need attention. Gosh almighty. Clowns should be exposed as well, not just rats. Well, you can't compare a clown to a rat unless it's in a Stephen King movie. Then you can compare that clown to a rat. And you have people out there saying they're not a rat and calling everybody else a rat. And the fact of the matter is, they're making good monies off their shows by calling other people rats and not admitting they're rats. Whether you like Hootie or not, you got to give Hootie credit for one main thing. Hootie point blank tells you he's a rat. Hootie tells you that people would like to kill him. He literally came out, and I put that video, a 1 minute clip out of that, when Hootie said, look, I'm walking down the street. I don't know if one of these guys is going to do something to me one of these days. It's only a matter of time before something bad, very bad happens. Because these rats are walking around like they don't have a care in the world. They're walking right through the neighborhoods of everybody they put away. Whether it's in Howard Beach or whether it's in Flushing, Queens or Bayside or Bensonhurst, they're just walking around without a care in the world. All it takes is one relative. Just one relative. I mean, matter of fact, it's something like the movie Bronx Tales. Remember what happened? I believe it was Sonny was his name, but he's and years later, the kid comes back to the son of the man that he killed it for a parking space, over a parking space. I mean, it's going to happen. And everybody's walking around all big and brave, acting like they're badasses. There's nothing worse than rats acting like they're badasses. It's kind of like, if you listen to any of these rats, they'll tell you that they're going to kick your ass and how tough they are. But they're not really tough. They're protected by the government. And that's the only reason they walk the streets. When is your Vince McMahon documentary coming out? I am working on that right now, and I'm doing it correct. And it's going to be 3 episodes long. Each one's going to be an hour to an hour and a half. And we're going to talk about 3 different phases, from the lawsuit that my family was involved with and all the other wrestlers that died and the things that Vince McMahon covered up over the many years that he's been on top. Lee Cole gets recycled old information from a guy on Instagram. I don't get it, Jet Cards. I don't even go on Instagram. I have a private account. I go into my private account on Instagram maybe once a month. So please come up with some new material. Gunner probably fought Sasquatch for fish. Did you ever see the video where Gunner is out by the water and there's rocks thrown in the water, and he's starting to say that he thinks that he's actually believing, and he's telling the viewers that Sasquatch was throwing boulders and rocks at him. He wasn't even joking. Right, Gunner? You still have that invite in your email if you're watching. Feel free to jump in. I'll put you right on. He also played Sammy the Bull in First God of movie. Lee's show is entertaining. Max Mellon, I appreciate that. Nobody is going to come here and watch my show if it's not entertaining. I'm up here by myself. There's nobody to talk to right now. And it seems like anytime I bring somebody on, people bitch and complain they don't like it. I had JC on, people didn't like it. I had other people on. I have people ask me to do the show with me. I get asked all the time, hey, can I have someone can I do the show with you? Okay. Information from Jeff Canarsie, an actor on studio. I don't want to get into any conversations about Jeff Canarsie. Lee, I always come back, but every show seems to be about another host. You're talented. You can interview better than the others. I'd like to see more of that. Dave from Brooklyn. I already told you I got Stax coming on. And I also have other interviews coming up. You know, I go out and get my interviews on my own. You know, I go out and I hustle for my interviews. And it's a whole different ball game when you get interviews like that. So, you know, and same with Bald Sicilian. He goes out, he gets his interviews. And he even mentioned too, you know, people can tell you they'll come on your show and then they ignore you and they never show up on your show. You know, so we're a couple guys working for our interviews. Lee Cole, tell your mods not to ban. Yeah, no, I don't think they're banning. I have one mod in there right now, and he's very good at it. So I don't think he's banning as long as you're not disrespectful. Stax reminds me of Homer Simpson's with the face tattoos. And this is what I'll say to Stax. You know, he came out and he was making fun of, he put his hands up like this, was making fun of Hootie having tattoos on his hands. It's like, dude, you got tattoos on your face and your neck. You're no one to make fun of anybody having tattoos on their hands. You're just not, dude. And, you know, and if he comes on the show Friday and he's respectful and we have a nice debate, we'll have a nice show. If he comes on the show and starts doing that cursing and swearing, and let me tell you something. As a person who, you know, I have a degree in drug and alcohol counseling. I worked with a lot of alcoholics and I worked with a lot of drug addicts. Part of being cured, if you're not, you're never cured. Let me rephrase that. Part of not drinking and drugging no more is your attitude in life. If you do a show and you're cursing and swearing and you're viciously attacking people, I know people are thinking I do that, but listen, I don't drink, I don't do drugs. But I would tell Stax this, dude, you have all the behaviors of someone that's still, either you're doing drugs or you're a dry druggie, a dry drunk. But when you attack people the way you attacked Hootie, you know, dude, you took something from private between him and his wife about child support and you put it up there. When I had him on the show, I asked him about child support directly, and he gave me a direct answer. So that's part of having issues with drugs and alcohol, being vicious like that. And that was real vicious what you did. And then you attack me and you don't even know me, dude. I don't know nothing about you, nothing. And that wasn't a good move because if someone attacks me, I'm going to fight back. That's just who I am. I don't give a shit who it is. I don't care if I lose people watching the show. Listen, I love the fact that I have very loyal followers that follow this show. They're following the show, not me. They're following the show. And I appreciate this. But I'm never going to change the way I am. I'm going to say what I want to say. And when I make a mistake, I'm going to keep to that mistake and just say I made a mistake. And that's another thing I like to talk about right now. There's a certain group of people running around telling other people how to run their shows. You know, if someone comes to you and tells you, and this is what I would say to the other people that have their own shows out there, don't let people tell you what videos to keep up and what to take down. It's your show. Don't let anybody bully you about what you do on your show. And that's a big thing right now. That's a big thing right now going on. People controlling other people and telling them what to do on their show. And people listening. I have this one gentleman, and I'm not going to say who he is, but he got attacked viciously in his chat room a few days ago because he had a certain person on they didn't like on. So they attacked him. So the guy with the wig attacked him for no reason, because he did not like the show that this guy was doing. Block the son of a bitch. Don't let him tell you how to run your show. If he doesn't like who you have on your show and then he's talking shit behind your back, this guy's known for talking shit behind people's back. That's what he does everywhere he goes. Don't change your show for anybody. Keep up whatever you make, you keep it up unless you really hurt somebody. Don't ever take down the show. I had Jimmy Calandra told me that, look, I'm mad at you, Lee, so I want you to take down my interview. And I told him, are you fucking kidding me? No. Then he threatened to take me to court. To take down a video that I did on my show of interviewing him. This is how these people think. Nobody can control your show. It's your show. And dude, you know who I'm talking about right now. So you just do what you got to do. Don't let people boss you around. Okay. Jet cards. All of this was started from someone on Instagram. You are not talking to the right source. I can give you the account with all the info on this guy. Yikes, doing it wrong. Well, listen, my email, I drop it at the end of the show. If you want to send me information on doing it, but I kind of know who's doing it. It got taken down and the account. But when you start making fun of dead people and family members and stuff, you're just a scumbag. A cowardly scumbag. That's all you are. You are a gossip girl, Lee. Well, thank you. There's nothing wrong with being a girl. Nowadays, you could be whoever you want to be. Stax got dragged like a rag doll. He did not look too good in that, and he picked up a weight, and he attacked a person, and he still got taken down pretty easy. Sometimes fighting's just not meant for certain people, and you shouldn't fight, you know? I've lost a couple fights, but no one's ever gotten me off my feet. Once you're off your feet, you're done. If you're going to lose up in the ear swinging. Jeff Canarsie and Chris Casparosa are making fake social accounts and blaming rats. Let me ask you something. How can I take you serious when you come on here and all you do is insult me? See nothing, hear nothing. You've been coming on my show for the longest time now, and you've never said anything positive to me. Tell him to get a job and stop living off his mommy, laugh out loud. Well, you know, according to Gunner, that's all you people here. You're living in the basement. You have no money. And you're just here because you have no life. Poor Stax, nothing more embarrassing than being beat up on camera. And you know what? Here's what I would question if I was Stax. One of your friends videotaped that and they released it. I would question, Stax, why are the people you around that call you friends videotaping you getting your ass beat? Well, I would question the friends, and I would also question, why the hell don't you guys pull up your pants in that? I mean, first of all, when you have your pants hanging down below your ass, you're already at a disadvantage in a fight because your pants are probably going to fall off. Then the guys you're hanging down, a bunch of white boys with their pants hanging down below their ass. That's pretty sad. Oh, wow. Friday night meeting of the minds. Captain, are you here? Are you listening to me right now? Yes, you are. So is this a meeting of the minds right now? More of a beatdown in the fight. Yeah, it was a beatdown. It was one-sided. It was like devastatingly like boom. It was, I don't know, Tony Soprano fighting it was like Tony Soprano in a fight with somebody that he just destroyed. The guy got destroyed. And we'll talk about Friday. When he tells me to go fuck myself and calls me every name in the book, we'll talk to him about why he went down so easy. Bro, you don't have a valid source. The guy who started every beef is on Instagram. Hey, I already told you that I will give you my email. Send me that information. And if I find out that somebody that is on a different side and has been faking and pretending. Don't think I haven't thought these things. I have. You know, everybody's open. You know, whoever does that is a coward. It doesn't matter who you are or who you're with. If you put up something and you attack a man's wife, you attack a man who is a recovering addict, then you attack a man whose brother just committed suicide. They took my brother's tombstone and put it on the page. You know, this is how evil these fuckers are. This is how evil they are. I enjoy those books. They talk about, well, you already said that, my man, and keep going back, you know. I'm sure that, you know, I hope that you subscribe to his show, and I'm sure that, you know. Lee, have you have your second shirt on, the old dirty blue one? Bill Jordan. I don't know what you mean by that. I like blue t-shirts. I like black t-shirts. That's my thing, dude. What makes you really stupid, Bill? That you come here to talk about my t-shirts. That makes you stupid because right now you're considered one of the 171 people watching just to talk to me about my t-shirt. You know, Bill? So who's the stupid one? Motorcycle tech sounds like personal problem. Go to the veterinarian. Okay, I don't. Okay, you don't have the right information. You keep saying that, dude. I already told you I'll put my email down there. You do whatever you got to do. My email's always put down there. I always put my emails down. Jimmy Rocco, Josie must be working with them. She is trying. Yeah, oh, Josie, this chick. Oh, my God. So Josie, who I tried to help, is now coming out saying that I'm also fat, bald, P-word, that I'm also Chris High, and that I'm all these people, and that I'm going into people's chat rooms and I'm pretending I'm other people, which I have one ID. I use my own ID, but this person has been told to do this, and I know who told her to do this. So she has become part of the trolls. And I really wanted to help the lady. I wanted her, you know, I always would say, I said, I'm still subscribed to her station, but now she's making up these stories, absolutely false stories. Hey, fat, bald guy, you're one of the ones I'm supposed to be. Jimmy Rocco, you're one of the ones I'm supposed to be. And Chris High, I'm supposed to be that person too. This is the crap they put out there. Josie, I don't know what your deal is, but I'm going to tell you this much. If you're doing this for somebody that made you promises or something, it's silly because your station's never going to grow. And if you're doing it to somebody that's tried to help your station grow and you're sticking the knife in my back, that's cool. But I have one ID. That's it. This is who I am. Nobody else. You can make up those stories. Dave originally Stax gets 50 views. That's proof he's not relevant. No, he doesn't get a lot of views. And, you know, then he was making fun of me when I asked him to come on my show to be interviewed. He was acting like he was doing me a favor. You know, on a Friday night, I get 200 live views. Right now, I got 179 live views in the middle of the day. Here, Stax, you would never get it's 180 now. Stax, you would never get 180 live views. And then on top of that, you do these videos where you take videos that are an hour long as documentaries and you put your name on them and you show them. You're not supposed to do that. What kind of etiquette is that? Jimmy Rocco, Josie must be working with them. She is trying to, she's trying to set me up. Without a doubt, she's trying to set me up. And that's why she's saying it. She thinks because she has an accent and stuff, she comes off as a sweet lady, but she's showing her true colors. You know, I would say, please go subscribe to her. Even though she's being this way, please go subscribe to her. Let's help her get to 1,000. Dave, meant to say that's disgustingly sorry you had to go through that with your. Yeah, it is disgusting. What they did is so disgusting. My brother has 3 daughters, and they're all teenagers. And then they put stuff up about a guy that had some issues in life and had a horrible death. And they would put that up there, not even thinking about this man's 3 daughters who are devastated right now. They're devastated. This is how cruel these fuckers are. That's how cruel they are. Lee, Stax reminded me of my ex-wife in that fight. Okay. I hope you didn't beat up your ex-wife like that, Tony. Can't do it, Lee. Josie ain't getting much subs. Josie is really, she's really hurt herself by deciding to go after me like that. It was really silly. I don't know what the hell she was thinking or what she thought she was going to get out of that. And she says she has proof. Here's my challenge to you, Josie. Show me your proof and stop listening to the troll. I know who you're listening to. The troll that pretends that he likes me, but he doesn't. A troll that has another station here. I'm sorry, channel. And he still attacks me. He makes me part of his show all the time, even though he says he's after the rats. You're listening to him. It's a bad move, Josie. Lee, don't get emotional. Who's emotional? I'm having a great time right now. No emotion whatsoever. I'm talking with a loud voice. People want to hear people that are entertaining. They don't want to hear me sounding like a little bitch. They want to have me sound like a big bitch. So right now I'm a big bitch instead of a little bitch. Okay, Jilly? Thank you, Krumel. I've already had 3 chapters from the book we're talking about. Hey, yeah, Fat Bald Krumel is all over you. He's in my son's station all the time, a channel all the time, and he'll tell you those are nerds. Don't go messing with the nerds. You know, you turn the nerds on you, that's it. And this is what I told one other clown with a station that continuously attacks me. Mess with them, they're nerds. They'll go after you. You don't want the nerds coming after you. Be good to them. Those are the people that understand how this works, how the whole entire system works. Not true, MRE will clear up this rumor. I will show MRE my face. Okay, well, MRE is real close to Josie. He had her on the station the other day and he was propping her up. And a day later, 2 days later, she's out there bashing me. Sounds awful, awful suspicious if you ask me. And let me tell you something about MRE. I don't give a shit what he says about me, what he does about me. I don't care. You know, but, you know, most people are afraid to fight back. And I would tell anybody, if you ever get a channel and you have these fools attacking you, don't be afraid of nobody. You fight back. It's your channel. And people are always trying to, you know, I started today's show. I got 176 people watching right now, which is very nice for this time of day. I started this show and I had to take the like and dislike button and turn it off because we had 30 dislikes before the show even started, before it even started. So that tells me you have a bunch of trolls going out there doing this. And I know who they are. You people think this person is so great. This person ain't great. They're a troll. Hi, Mr. Cole. What's going on? I like your show. Out of all the shows, it's genre. In this genre, this is one of my favorites. Well, I know I appreciate that. And I hope you subscribe. Please, if you have not subscribed to my show, please subscribe. I'm almost at 2,000, just about there. We've gained 300 subs in the last 2 weeks now. Another 3, and you know, the rumor is this channel's dead. Far from it. It's doing very well. And every day we get more and more subs. So if you haven't subbed, I'd really appreciate it if you're subbed. And once I get to 2,000, it's that number. You're like, when you get from 1,000 to 2,000, 2,000 is an important number. So that would be nice. So your show outside so we can see your trailer park. So so listen, I actually live in a really nice condo. But if you want to say I live in a trailer park, you go right ahead. If that makes you feel good, you go right ahead. I have a nice pension. I have money in the bank. I got my beautiful animals. I got a few ex-wives. I got 3 beautiful children. I got 3 beautiful grandchildren, Clay Banks. And none of us live in trailer parks. None of us. I live in a very nice section of Texas. I live in Southwest Texas. And if you know anything about Southwest Texas, you would know there's not many trailer parks here. But if that makes you feel good, you go for it. Not true, MRI will, okay, well. The Beast. The Beast is someone new. The Beast likes to talk a lot of crap about me when I'm not around. So I don't know who you are, The Beast, but if it makes you feel good, I don't know what to tell you. Okay? I'm emotional. People, you guys know me. Do I look emotional right now or do I look happy? I feel great today. Regina, you must be shaking your head like me right now. Okay. Joey Electric, let's not talk about our friends and friends. FBS is a good dude, and him and Lee are cool. FBS is a good guy. See, what they're trying to do, and this is what these idiots have been trying to do, they're trying to divide me and FBS and have us go at each other. We are the only true outsiders in this genre. We came in here together, same time. If people remember the first week I started, FBS started his channel and was part of my channel. I interviewed him the first week. He interviewed me the first week. We had no issues. Then you got the scumbags that come in and they figure, let's start an issue between FBS and Lee. And this is all they've been trying to do all this time. It hasn't been working. We've had our moments, FBS and I, where we got mad at each other and went off on each other. But we still talk. He's a decent man. I have no problem with FBS whatsoever. If you want to say Jimmy Calandra, fuck Jimmy Calandra, fuck Sammy Gavano, they're rats. That's what they are. They're known rats. They put people in prison for life. And FBS is not a rat. He's just a guy. Just like me, I'm a guy. We didn't rat on nobody. We made mistakes in our lives and paid for the mistakes that we made. All of us. And now we're somewhat successful, and it tears people up. They don't want me and FBS to be successful. These guys have been in this genre forever. You think they like that FBS and I are coming along? And they know who I'm talking about. They think that they're the experts and that we're just a couple outsiders that don't know shit. FBS knows a lot more about the mob than I do. But there's a lot of things I know more about than he does. He calls me up and he asks me for advice all the time. I'll ask him for advice. There's no beef with FBS whatsoever. Now, that little prick Jeff that he has with him, that's a different story. But lately, he hasn't been around, and I like FBS so much better without that little clown. Okay. YouTube, successful, laugh out loud. What do you mean by that, Father Time? I consider myself pretty successful. If you have 175 people watching you, you're pretty successful. We're no Jimmy Calandra. Jimmy Calandra had that cop on the other day and had 700 people watching him live. You could say what you want, but do you know how hard it is to start something like this and have 700 people watching you live? That's damn impressive, Jimmy. Nobody could take that from Jimmy. That is really impressive. 700 people watching live at one time. Wow. Child of the suburbs, MRI is doing good. You should sub to him. Okay. I would say sub to him, people. When he's talking about rats, he's excellent. When he's attacking me, he sounds like a dick. That's the difference. Tony, I never said anything even remotely close to that. Fatball Sicilian, how you doing, my man? You get a lot wrong on the mob. Jeff knows much more about the mob. Does he have anything else to do? He knows more about the mob. That's his life. I hope he has a show about the mob. So he better know more about the mob. My station here is entertainment, true crime. I know 20 times more about him than him about the WWE. And he knows more about than crime. Well, without, not true crime. I know a shitload of stuff about true crime. Mafia, oh, I'll give him that. He definitely knows more than me about the mafia. But I'm not saying otherwise. Have you not heard me say 100 times I don't know a lot about the mob? I say it over and over, but you don't want to hear it because you are one of the haters, my man. But I appreciate you being here. This is a good one. Go play bingo. So, Roger, is that basically based on my age? Is that what you're cracking on me about? Did you get a headache coming up with that and thinking about that? That's Jimmy C, not you. Okay. I'm sorry. People can say what they want. I may dislike Jimmy, but I cannot take away from him his success and what he's accomplished with his show. It's amazing. And you know what? I know this because I will never accomplish what Jimmy has accomplished. Jimmy knows a lot more about the genre. Jimmy actually show is about mafia. My show is entertainment. That's what my show is. And I will throw mafia in there. And I will also throw true crime in there sometime. And I'll do anything except politics. Because politics, nobody wants to hear politics. They come here to get away from politics. Every once in a while, we'll throw something out about politics. I hope FBS is done with Nadu. Well, he's here. Ask him if he's done. He hasn't been on for the last few days. That's up to FBS what he wants to do. He's going to be successful either way. FBS, sorry, got no time for drug dealers. Ruined up. Well, I don't know what to say. Lee, you're all about success. I am. Anything you do in life, you want to do it well. Am I supposed to have this channel and not want to do well? No one's going to stay here and listen to me if they don't like what I'm saying. A lot of people come on here that don't like me, but they still watch. Remember what Rush Limbaugh said when he was alive? He said, half the people that watch me hate me. I'm sorry, listen to him, hate him. But you know what they did every day? They tuned in. They still tuned in. Muhammad Ali, 80% of America, and a lot of this had to do with race, hated Ali. But they went to see his fights because they all wanted Ali to lose. Conor McGregor's becoming like that now. People used to like Conor McGregor. Now people just want to watch Conor McGregor get his ass kicked, and that's been happening a lot lately. People, Jeff's wig. Wow. I just got to leave this one up a little bit. This is funny. This is fucking funny. Okay, Yento, no matter what, Jeff is very knowledgeable about his genre. Okay. Are we saying what? Jeff was in somebody's show last night and insulting them because he didn't like their show. Did he have the right to do that? Jeff is a little bully. Can you imagine he's starting a fight last night with a guy because he didn't like the guy's guest? So, that's Jeff. Jeff came in here and attacked my show because of the day that I came out and talked to everybody about what I was doing with Chris Casparosa. He called Casparosa a liar and he called me a liar. Jeff is just one of those guys that wants to be in charge. And when people fight back, he doesn't like it. That's Jeff. I'm not going to pull no punches. He thinks the same way. He doesn't like me. I prefer that he doesn't like me. With friends like that, you don't need no enemies. Ma, so that backdrop isn't Jimmy's real home? No, I'm pretty sure that's his real home. You know, I'm not sure, but Ali should never be in the same sentence as Rush. Well, it depends. If you're an Ali fan, or I'm a fan of both because they were both legendary. Whether you like either one of them, they were both legendary. They were both great at what they did. Lee, if your show's about why all the drama from why? Oh, Frank, drama is entertainment, my man. People like drama. Are we going to pretend otherwise? Right now, you just wrote to me about drama. So that means you like it. Drama is what people like. Was there better drama than watching Bill Stax, who tells us how tough he is, being beat up, ended up being on video? Didn't you find that funny? The only person that didn't find that funny was him. Yes, you could say I got drama here, and you'll see more drama. Guarantee it. Ali is an icon. I agree with you, but so is Rush. Whether you like Rush Limbaugh or not, he's an icon. He was the #1 guy on radio for years. Same with Howard Stearns. Whether you like him or not, they're both icons. It has nothing to do with politics. It has to do what did they accomplish in their life. Next, you will be bathing. I don't get that. Do you know something about me? Okay. Tony, that's only partly true. Okay. Haha, Lee, you're awesome now. It's settled. That mansion is Jimmy's real black outlined home. Okay. Well, if that's where Jimmy lives, God bless him. I wish only the best for every man, whether I like him or not. Lee Cole in their prime. Who do you think would win a fight? Don Fry or Wanderlei? Oh, Don Fry. Wanderlei Silver. He had no defense. Wanderlei Silver would hit you, or if you're talking about in their prime, Don Fry would take him down to the ground and kill him. There's no doubt. Jeff is Einstein compared to you. If Jeff is Einstein, our world is fucked. Jeff acts up as a podcast. He's a bully. Lee does it. It's entertainment. Yeah, okay, Lee. It's true. It's entertainment. Whether you like it or not, Steven, it's entertainment. You're here right now. Why are you here? To insult me? It doesn't matter because you're one of the 190 people watching right now. I doubt that. Wanderlei Silver, Don Fry would take him down. A good wrestler beats a good slugger every time. What's going on? Oh, what's up with you people making fun of Jeff's wigs? Okay. Jeff is a clown. I don't know about that. I'm not going to say. Fatball son just saw you were doing a Romani show. Can't wait. Finally, Ramundi gets what he deserves. Fry was a tough man. He sure was. Lee is entertainment. Jeff is exhausting. Lee Cole, your mods are banning people again. Guess you can't handle those comments. Dude, you're the only one bitching and you're still here and you're not being banned. So I call bullshit on you. You can't get upset. Lee doesn't really get up. No, I'm not upset at all. I talk loud. Art Kunkel, has been busting my balls for a long time. But you know what? He does it in a respectful way. That's why you'll never see Art Kunkel banned. What I do after every show is I check everybody to make sure that no one's been banned that shouldn't be banned. And and then I'll put them back on. So, but I have faith in Krumel, total faith in him. If he bans somebody, there's a damn good reason. Wanderlei Silver destroyed yeah, of course, but Rampage Jackson was not as good as Don Fry in his prime. One was a great wrestler. A great wrestler in UFC is better than a great boxer. That's just the way it is. Rampage was a horrible wrestler, but he was very powerful. Wanderlei Silver, he had good jiu-jitsu, and he had a lot of power, but if you took him off, Wanderlei Silver got taken down and beat up by Chael Sonnen. Did you see that? Chael Sonnen beat him easy. And Chael Sonnen can't throw punches. I remember seeing W. Silver Mirko, which when I was a kid, Crow Cop almost broke his ribs. Crow Cop had the greatest kicks ever, and he was a great fighter. See, people, I love UFC. When you start talking about UFC, this is my territory. This is where I can sit down with little man Jeff and tear him apart. You talk about UFC. You know, just because he's a gambler doesn't mean he knows more about sports than me. I can guarantee you he doesn't. My number one thing is sports. I got a lot of fantasy baseball teams, basketball teams. I love sports. I'm an avid sports fanatic. And I've been my whole life. I could tell you the lineup of it. The most pathetic thing is I could tell you any major league lineup there is. That's pathetic. Don't be so hard on Jeff. He might be a shithead, but he's not lame. Don Fry was a great wrestler in the 90s and 2000s. Rampage was a D1 wrestler. Chael was a medalist wrestler, though. Yeah, Chael was. And no, I'm not knocking Rampage, but Rampage was not a wrestler on the level of Don Fry or Chael Sonnen. Masvidal would wreck McGregor. Masvidal, I don't know. I want to see them fight. I actually know Masvidal. We talk all the time. These are things people don't know about me. Actually, I've asked Masvidal to come on my show. And unfortunately, he has an agent, and anything he does, he has to clear with his agent. He just can't say, I'll come on your show. But you know how much I would love to have Masvidal come on my show? I mean, he's a nice guy. He's a hell of a guy. I met him on several occasions. We talk all the time. Just a good man. And if Masvidal, I would take Masvidal against, I don't think he would beat Covington. I'll be honest with you. Covington is the most underrated UFC fighter I've ever seen. The guy's underrated. Jimmy Calandra played piano on Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Okay. Wrestling is boring in MMA. I know it's effective, but yeah, you're right. It is, you know. But sometimes you got to use wrestling to win a match. I mean, UFC, you can go by the rules to win. I agree with you. I'd rather see two guys just standing up and slugging it out. Lee, aren't you scared of the repercussions from Vince McMahon? Vince McMahon has been doing stuff to me for years. You know, so that's, you know, legal, not legal. No, Vince McMahon doesn't scare me at all, not even a little tiny bit. Art Kunkel, I agree. Fedor is one of the most overrated fighters ever. That's my opinion of Fedor. Anytime you see Fedor in a big match, he lost. Fedor was a great fighter, but he wasn't the level that they try to make him out to be. That's just my opinion of Fedor. How many wrestlers can bring down Tyson in his prime? I don't know. Most wrestlers in his prime. He was a boxer. He wasn't a wrestler. The fact that Jimmy's background fascinates so many people speaks to their own lives. Covington could easily be champion. Can't wait for the rematch. I have a funny feeling he's going to win that rematch. Because when he fought Usman the first time, he hit him with a kidney shot on a kick, and the referee came in and stopped it. And Usman was hurt real bad. And then the poke in the eye, which wasn't a poke in the eye, the referee came in again. It makes you think that referee was on the take in that fight. Yes, I agree with you. Usman is definitely on roids. And that's what Covington always says, he's on roids. He calls him Marty Juiceman. And one thing, whether you like Covington a lot, him and Masvidal were great friends, and Masvidal would admit he used to get ragdolled by Covington. That's why Masvidal will never fight Covington. Masvidal knows in his heart he can't take Covington. I just believe that. Yo, Lee, I heard you threw a mean kick back in your day. Hey, believe it or not, I was an athlete back in my day. Just because you see a fat old man doesn't mean I was always a fat old man. Lee, Fedor killed Big Nog, Coleman, Randleman, Krokop, and none of those guys were herbs. They were all on juice, every one of them. Randleman was the biggest juicer going. Big Nog, all those guys from Brazil were on the juice, every damn one of them. And all these guys from Russia were on the juice. Coleman was definitely on the juice. The fighters today are so much better than the fighters back during Fedor's time. The guy that just beat the other day, that just won that fight, the heavyweight guy, that guy's a phenomenal fighter. And I'll bet you that he's going to beat the big guy from Africa. I just think he's going to beat him. Will Vince put Hootie against Stax on that card? People, if Hootie fought Stax, who do you think would really win? If they met in the street and just went at it, I would take every penny I had and bet it on Hootie. And I would bet him to win easily. I don't even think it would be even a little close. Steven Cutler, he's not a UFC fan, I see. Colby will never beat Usman. Facts. Colby was leading Usman into the 5th round. On 2 cards, he was ahead. And on top of that, he really stopped him in the second when the referee pulled him off it. He would have stopped him. Did you see that, Steve? You didn't see that, did you? And he beat those juices to the gills. Lee couldn't knock out I don't understand. Do you know me or something? Do you know how hard I hit? Do I look like a bitch? Do I look like I can't hit? If everyone's on juice, yeah, I agree with that. Either everyone's on juice or no one's on juice. That's how it should be. I'd like to see Major League Baseball where they let everybody juice. That would be like Mark McGwire and Sosa all over again, where everybody's juiced. John Jones is the biggest cheater ever, Art. Everybody knows he was cheating. Dave Bautista used assessment of a big juicer. You know Bautista at all? No, I don't know him. I never met him. I've met a lot of people, a lot of wrestlers, but I never met him. And there's no doubt he's a juicer. Joey, who invented the term mob grow? Does anybody have the answer to that? Because I sure the hell don't. If you're trying to catch me on something, Joey, you got me. Child suburbs, all drama producing views. I don't think it's personal. Tommy Dade beat me with Timberland's boots he confiscated from a black man. Let me tell you something. People got mad at me because Tommy Dades. Tommy Dades beat his best friend up, broke his friend's ribs, ruptured his spleen, and then when cops showed up at the scene, Tommy Dades said that during the fight he fell on top of him. It was an accident. There were several witnesses at the scene that said that Tommy Dades beat him and kicked him and beat him up. And yet Tommy Dades was not arrested for what he did because he was considered a hero cop. Tommy Dades was on the force and stepped down in his middle 40s because of having an affair with a gangster's wife. How come people don't want to speak the truth? Then right away, Jimmy Calandra gets mad at me because of facts about Tommy Danes. Go to Google, put Tommy Danes in, and you will see the things Tommy Danes did. He was, they're trying to make him sound like, sure, he was a good cop. But is it normal for a cop to go on the show of a person that he was part of bringing down? Cops with gangsters? Come on, people. Usman is so much better than their last fight. Colby has only one. Yeah, Colby has one win where he absolutely destroyed a guy, and Usman has one win when he hit Masvidal with a punch in the face. Hey, it's obvious Usman's on roids. Let's see if they test him properly before the next fight. Why do you think he has all the pimples on his back and everything? Covington has amazing cardio and also trains with Cameron Haynes, who is an ultra marathon runner and a bow hunter, and they run miles and miles in the mountain. Yes, Colby Covington is underrated, and everybody thinks Usman's going to kill him. I think they're in for a big surprise. I hated the UFC. It simulated Pride. Yes, I agree with you. Pride even encouraged you. Yes, they did. Pride was so corrupt. Is Jimmy really a boxer? No, he's not. No. That's why he wants to fight UFC, because he knows that he has a better chance. It's actually smart. Dates didn't set up anyone. Many cops do sly things. His personal life is his personal life. People can pick you apart too, but that wouldn't be fair. Your past is your past. No one said that. What we're saying is if you have someone on your show, you ask them tough questions. Come on. We've all dealt with cops here. What's worse than a cocky cop? Is there anything worse than a cocky cop that's a scumbag? How many of you people have been arrested and you have cops saying shit to you after you're arrested, and they're being wise asses, and they know you can't do anything because you're in cuffs, and they're just being wise asses to you? I've come across cops like that with me a few times. But if you want to kiss Dade's ass, you go right ahead. But the fact of the matter is, you know who he had the affair with. And you know that he beat up one of his friends, ruptured the spleen, and broke several of his ribs. You know that's true. Every teenager has been on steroids. I don't know where you got that from. Jimmy Light was, Calandra wasn't. Well, there's definitely, I would say Jimmy Light definitely had more of a successful career than Jimmy Calandra. Jimmy Calandra went to jail when he was 23, got out of jail when he was 29, and a couple months later was back in jail. Colby ran out of the octagon real fast with a broken jaw. Colby got up with a broken jaw. Colby fought a whole round with a broken jaw. Could you, Steve Cutler? No, I'm not too much into K1. I really don't have time. There was a time I did have time. Donnie Brasco goes on Michael French's channel, and he was an FBI agent. Yeah, you know something? I was thinking about doing a show on Michael Franzese. I'm going to get it right. And because he said a lot of really bad things about Sammy Guevara, and now he's changing his tune. I mean, he said that you couldn't even compare Sammy Guevara to John Gotti when it came to being a man. He said horrible things about Sammy Guevara, and now he's saying all these nice things about Sammy Guevara. So how serious are you supposed to take Franzese if he's doing this? Franzese, how serious? If 1 minute he's talking about what a scumbag Sammy is, and he is a scumbag. Now, 1 second he's talking about what a scumbag he is, and now he's saying how nice he is. You know, it's just self-serving. That's all it is. He knocked out Gilbert Burns too, and acne on his back isn't always juice. I'm clean, but I wear a rash guard and wrestle 2 to 3 hours and get acne on my back and face. Yeah, but you know something? I'm apt to believe Covington. He knows what a juicer is, and there's no doubt that Marty Juiceman is a juicer. Understood, Joey. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. Okay. These guys will say whatever Hollywood tells them to say. Yeah, they will. They'll, you know, and then you see that, Gravano jumping up and like getting in France's face when, you know, you could push Sammy Gravano, he'd probably fall over. Francis admitted he was wrong saying that about Sammy. No need to do a show on it. Wrong about saying what about Sammy? Sammy is a scumbag, dude. Are you defending Sammy Gravano? No, he wasn't wrong saying that about Gravano. Gravano is a bad dude. What would Gravano have done if he got out of jail and there was no YouTube? You know what he would have done? He would have went back to a life of crime. That's what he would have done, just like he did last time when he dealt drugs with his girlfriend, with his kids. In the background, you're going to hear my little dog barking now. I apologize. Lee, what do you think of Whitey Bulger allegedly chasing Dana White out of Massachusetts? I don't believe that's true. I don't think Dana White is scared of many people. Especially when he has the security that he has. Stop! Sorry, people. I'm about to close my show down if my dogs don't stop. Come here. Come on. Okay. This is Polly. Okay. Absolutely. Let's see. Absolutely not, Lee. Sam Michael said a while back, he said that about Sammy, and he was wrong. But he wasn't wrong when he said about Sammy. Sammy's a bad man. He's definitely a real gangster. He's more of a gangster than Michael was, but he's a bad man. I mean, look at what he did, and look what he did when he was dealing drugs with his kids. There's nothing good about Sammy. That's why Jimmy Calandra doesn't talk to me no more, because I speak the truth about Sammy, and he doesn't want to hear it. I think Gravano could still have a row. He'd take Francis down quickly, but Lee could take down Jimmy C, smash him right across with a baby grand in his lip. Hey, Lee, mods, hope you are enjoying your Wednesday. Oh, pretty Monita, it depends how you treat me. Sometimes she comes in there and she jumps all over me. You're unpredictable, Monita. That's true. He left Boston because he was getting threatened by Bulger. Bulger didn't have more power than the mob back then. Let's remember that. He had a lot of power, but I don't think he had more power than the mob. A-Light has reached TikTok. More people about to be fooled. That's why A-Light's in Europe, because in Europe they know no better. A-Light tells them all these stories and they believe him in Europe. So he's smart. He's gonna go to Europe. He's gonna tell everybody all the things he did, and that, you know, they're gonna believe him when he talks about being with Senior, because people in Europe don't know any better. Frankie, dude, you never have nothing. I shouldn't even click you on here because you never have nothing nice to say. When you go in other chat rooms, and on other shows, after you leave my show, you talk a lot of shit about me, dude. So, you know, if it wasn't for Whitey, it was a neighborhood guy who had a gym. Well, you got to remember, Dana White is from Mass, so anything could have happened. Sammy was broke before YouTube. Well, so he says, but the government let him keep a lot of money too. Let's remember that. They let him keep a lot of his money. Oh, you know that house they show Sammy in on that TV show? It's not his house. It's part of the, they make it look like it's house. It's not theirs. They don't live there. It's just a prop for the show. "20 years in jail with no income." Pretty much, I don't jump on you, Lee. I ask questions and you have friendly debate. That's all. No problem. I appreciate that, Monita. Whatever you want to ask me, you go right ahead and ask me. Dade's, he does. He looks like a type of cop that would beat the shit out of anybody. You know, if he was still on the force now, I wouldn't say shit about him, but he's not on the force. You know, if he came here to mess with me, then I have the right to protect myself. If anybody came to mess with me, then I have the right to protect myself. That's what it comes down to. And my little Chihuahua will let my Rottweilers know that that person's here to mess with me. The Rottweilers, they just sit back and they take it easy. And then the Chihuahua, she jumps in the window and barks at everything. Lee, when you highlight these trolls and tell them you see what they say elsewhere, you're just giving them power. Hey, I got to let them know. I know who they're with, who they're associated with, and they're slowly being dealt with. Gotti was a capo before Castellano's death. Sammy benefited the most, without a doubt. You put your enemies close to you. John Gotti knew that, and that's why he had Sammy close to him, because nobody trusted Sammy. Everybody knew what Sammy was. Sammy killed his partners. Everybody knew Sammy killed his partners. And John Gotti was smart. John Gotti said, let me keep this bastard close to me. You know? And the biggest mistake he made, to even have him near him. Okay, Grind Jr., and he didn't spend 20 years. It's correct, Sammy got a few million of his money, part of the deal with the government. He sure did. Nino Shabetta, thank you for the $5. Nino, I appreciate that. That will go directly to my granddaughter. Like I tell people, anytime you give me anything, it goes to my granddaughter. He has no idea what Calabria, what does that mean? It's a part of Italy? I mean, what does it mean, Calabria? Are you trying to catch me or something, Frankie? Do you know, I don't know, do you know who played first base for the Yankees in the 90s? Probably not. Do you know who played shortstop? Probably not. Calabria is part of Italy. It's a town in Italy, a city actually. Is that what you're trying to catch me on, Frankie? Lee Cole, do you think about Frankie Carbo having a stranglehold on boxing for many years back? Yeah, Mafia did. I mean, look at Sonny Liston. He was owned by the mob and killed by the mob. Trolls are views too. Yeah, Southie, you're absolutely right. They are, especially when you get a lot of them. Every partner Sammy has ended up dead, and Sammy ended up with the business. Southie, that's exactly true. You just described Sammy. That's it. That's Sammy. Tommy Dades retired from NYPD with a pension, then worked for the DA squad as a consultant before he left. Yes, and why did he leave? Let's have the story on that. Sammy killed his partners because Gotti told him to do so. Oh, bullshit. He killed his partners. Are you kidding me? He killed one partner with Gotti, not his other partners. That is such a crock of shit, dude. He was killing his partners before he even knew John Gotti. He killed an innocent kid, Alan Kaiser, before he even knew John Gotti. He was part of another family. He got kicked out of a family because he was killing his partners and no one trusted him. Gravano almost got killed in a family that he was in before the Gambinos. He got transferred from one family to another. because people knew what he was doing. You know, you could defend Sammy, but come on, dude, come up with the right facts. People told me I don't know a lot about mafia stuff. Granted so, but I do know that Sammy went from one family to another because of his dealings with his partners. Why would anybody care about Calabria? We about American Mafia. We're not about the grand. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's just a guy that thought I wasn't going to know about a city in Italy. You know, he's like, then he'll go on another show and say, I asked Lee this, and he knows shit about the mafia. This is what they do. You know, this is him having his fun. It makes him feel important. Sammy killed his partners because he's greedy. Exactly. Why would anyone care about Okay, well, I'm sorry. You already get that. Let's see. Justin says, that's what the mafia is, dummies. Lee clearly doesn't know the mafia works. It's hilarious how dumb you sound, Lee. You have no clue about what you're talking about. But see, Justin, I just read what you said. Okay? And you know what? You're here, dude. If I don't know what I'm talking about, that makes you really stupid for being here listening to me. Think about that, Justin. Sammy was never made in the Colombo family. Thank you, Steve. Stick to wrestling, Lee, because you have no clue about the mob. Jamie, go back to your little bitch, whoever sent you here, whatever little bitch you follow, I know who it is, and tell that little bitch what you said to me. That's all. And just like I'll tell you, you're here right now. You're giving me a view. So thank you. If you want to insult me, as long as you stay here and give me a view, I'm cool. I'm not a Yankee fan or any other baseball. I'm not a Calabria fan, Frankie. If that's not even your real name is probably Shlomo or Jaime. That's who you really are. And then you put a mob name up there so you feel good about yourself. But you know, the reality is you're not a mobster, dude. All right, Uncle, them not killing Sammy must show he was valuable. Oh, he was. Sammy was a money man. There's no doubt that Sammy was valuable. No doubt. But he wasn't valuable to his partners. Frankie, you've been complaining. Yeah, Frankie has been on here for an hour complaining. So what does people think Frankie's IQ is if he's here for an hour complaining about me? It does keep talking, men. I will drop facts. Okay. Well, if you're here, you just stay here and you keep my views up. That's all I want you here for, Frankie. You're a view to me. That's it. Michael, and when I say he's a view to me, he is. The people that are loyal to this show are more than a view, but he's just a view to me. Michael may not have been a tough guy, but Dad Sonny was, oh my gosh, you're not joking. Sonny was no man to play with. Everybody was scared of Sonny. I'm here waiting for a train wreck. You? Well, Jay, I'm glad you're here for a train wreck, but it's not happening. See, people like you have been saying that my channel is going to go under, and it keeps growing. You know, I got 300 more viewers now than I had 2 weeks ago. I'll be at 2,000 in 2 weeks from now. And it's people like you that hate the fact that as hard as you've been trying to shut down this channel, it's failed. Because you don't. And people coming after me are worried about their channels. You know, we need not say no more. There was a Bonanno mobster on Gordon Ramsay's show. The Bonannos, that was a very interesting family. That was like the family that couldn't shoot straight. Here's a list of people flipped on FBS and I get along fine. Jimmy C and I were never friends. We didn't flip. Jimmy C likes Sammy. I don't. John Gotti Sr. Okay. I don't know about that one. Angel Gotti in the past 4 weeks. Okay. Hey, listen, I did what I had to do, but I got information that nobody else has. It's going to be a show. I'm going to do a whole show with the information I got. Gordon Ramsay makes great chips. Okay. Lee Cole, thanks for blocking me, coward. Regina, I never blocked you. Matter of fact, if I blocked you, what are you doing here right now? So, never did I block you, Regina. Actually, I like you. You're like the other trolls that come in here and like to insult. Why would I block a view? Right now, I got you in here, and I got Frankie in here, and you guys are views. So you can insult me all you want to insult me. Yes, Frankie, you forgot the A-lights. Wow, Frankie loves the A-lights. Okay, room for everyone on YouTube. Yes, there is. Well, according to Gunner, there's not. There's only 10,000. What did he say? There's only about 10,000 actual Mafia Genre fans. Actually, the guy that couldn't shoot straight, aka the movie, was based on the Columbos. That's true. It was based on the Columbos, but it should have been based on the Bananos. Was Joe Banana that got shelled? Yes, it was Joe Banana. Lee, you're getting a lot of your info from Gotti Jr.'s book. In fact, no, I've never, ever read John Gotti Jr.'s book. Never. Lee, how soon until you release the information? Very soon. It's all being organized right now. Information nobody else has. That makes me feel good. Calibre is not a city. Okay, then what is it? Okay, we got all the, hey people, we got all the trolls in here right now. See, here's why the trolls come. They come because they know that I'm doing well. So they come in here and they insult and stuff. But I don't mind if the trolls here. All you trolls could be here because to me, you're views. One day you're on your knees for Jimmy. The next day, here's another one, Justin Bordeaux. Let's see if we can get more. Southie, Gunner is salty because he is part of the mob genre, but not successful in it. But he was successful in it. He was successful in it until he turned on the mob genre. That's when he was not successful no more. It was a misunderstanding of paperwork. There will be a retraction. Let's do this clown again. You had 100 subs. You promoted Jimmy's interview for a week. Frankie, you're wrong. When Jimmy came on my show, I had 600 subs. And I got 400 subs from him. I was at 600. I gained 100 a week for 4 weeks in a row. I wasn't at 100 subs. So, Frankie, you pretty much don't know what you're talking about. You're pretty stupid, dude. I'm glad you're here, Lee. Thank you, K-Mac. I appreciate it. It's a region. Are you trying to correct me? I said it's a town or a city, and now you're saying a region? Okay. Leo, I got a timeout from you, and one of your mods was for asking why you hid the dislike. No, I already explained why I put the button down, because before I started today's show, I had 30 dislikes. So that's just people coming in disliking. If they were honest dislikes and people were disliking the show during the show, I could deal with that. But when you start the show off with 30 dislikes, Regina, that's people like you. People like Don Vito or you other clowns that come in here hitting the dislike button. So you know what I do to piss you off? I just turn it off. That's it. And it bothers you guys so much that I do that. Tommy Robbins of the story of the bat allegedly haunts the place that he was killed in. You should make peace with MRE. At the end of the day, you are both guys who expose rats. No, he doesn't expose rats. He goes after me day after day after day after day. He says he exposes rats. Difference. And it's a shame. I used to love his show. I liked watching him. He was funny and stuff. But then when he turns it on me and goes after me continuously, that just shows who people really are. I'm not trolling. I unsubscribe to all of you fighting. I came back to you because you actually have substance, unlike the others. But I don't just. I don't have to agree with you when I exactly grind. Nobody should agree with somebody continuously, and that's what happens. My subs that have left have slowly come back. I've noticed. They've hit me hard trying to destroy this station. You know, we know who the trolls are, but they haven't been able to do it. You know, and I enjoy them trying to do it because I know it's pissing them off that I'm still here and growing, and the show's growing. It's not working, people. When I went after Jimmy, I lost some subs. That's fine. They weren't really my subs. The subs I gained from Jimmy, I lost. So anybody that says I gained subs from Jimmy are wrong. They left. The subs I gained for Sammy Gravano are gone. Those people left too. So that's fine. I don't need those subs. Those aren't really my subs. Those are just people that want you to say everything great about Jimmy or about Sammy, when in reality, they're rats. That's what they are. They're nothing more than rats. And people might say, oh, I'm hard on Jimmy. Every show Jimmy goes on, he insults me. He was on Stax show insulting me. He said he wants to see God strike me down. He said, oh, God's going to strike you down. And what did I say? I didn't kill a woman. I have nothing to worry about when it comes to God. If God strikes me down, it's going to be on things I did in my life, not because Jimmy Calandra wants God to strike me down. These guys are the biggest phonies going, and people buy into it. These guys are street guys. They did dirtbag shit. These are the same guys that if you walked the streets back in the day, they would have mugged you for your money. They would have bullied you. They would have robbed you. They would have extorted you. And everybody thinks they're cute. They're not cute. This is what these guys did. They extorted people. That's the reality of who these people are. How can you praise these people or think that they're like Sammy Gravano? Oh my God, you know what Sammy Gravano? He shot a kid. Or he had his buddy there execute that kid. There's nothing cute about these people. Nothing. And they don't want to hear that. People go running to their channels and say, oh, that's such a good story. And these people that you're telling that it's a good story would kill you in a minute back in the day. They would. You were nothing to them. And that's what makes me laugh about, I call them fanboys or fangirls. These guys were bullies. That's who they were back in the day. They were bullies. And they terrorized the neighborhoods they lived in. People say, oh, no, they kept the neighborhoods nice. Yes, they did, unless they didn't like you. Or if they wanted something. Say you had a bar. And even Sammy talks about this. If say you had a restaurant and they wanted that business, they would go in that business and tell you, look, we're going to take your business that you worked your whole life for. They would tell you, we're going to take your business and there's not a damn thing you could do or we'll kill you. People think that's cute. Sammy did a story the other day where he's talking about how he burnt down a building for insurance money. And then he pretends he cared about who was living above the top of the building. People were living in the building that he burnt down. They were sleeping. That's a cute story. It's dumbfounding how people find these guys cute. Or they say, oh, you're such a good guy. And they all say the same shit. It's in it for the children. Every one of them talk about the children. Every damn one of them. Okay, let's see. Why do you care about subs and watch time so much if it's not about money? Have you heard me one time ask anybody to donate any money to me? Do you see any type of apps up here at looking for money? You never see me asking for money. I'm more about what I like to do. Yeah, I like watch time. And if I get paid for my stay, fine, that's all good. That's all fine and good. It is a business after all, isn't it? You know, people like myself and FBS, and we put out product and we try to keep everybody entertained. So, you know, but I don't care one way or another if anybody gives me money. If you give me money, I'm going to say thank you. If you don't give me money, I'm still going to give you the same product. Okay, we'll do a few more of these. Do you really believe you could be where you're at without Jimmy interview? Absolutely. Did you just hear what I said, Steve? I was gaining 100 subs every week. When Jimmy came on, I was at 600 subs. Jimmy got me over the 1,000 mark quicker than I would have got there anyway. And all the subs that came on with Jimmy left me when Jimmy and I had our falling out. So I don't have no Jimmy subs right now. Give Jimmy credit. How much credit do you want me to do? The man asked me not to talk about Sammy Govano killing a kid. And when I refused, he turned on me. That's the story behind me and Jimmy. So you can go be his friend, Steve. Go be his buddy. I'm sure, Steve, you're not subscribed to me. So you go on. Killing kids and women are okay to these people. It's not okay to me. Okay, we got quite a few here. Oh my goodness. Regina, funny how live stream you do, but all you do is try to defend yourself. Makes sense. You suck. Oh, whatever, Regina. I love you too, Regina. Okay, flipped on Jeff Nadeau also. Nobody's going to donate to you, dude. You just forgot about that you are here to see what ridiculous things you're going to say. Frank, I don't care why you're here. If you're here to see what ridiculous things I says and you get me a view, that makes you a sucker. Did Jimmy have a gun on his hand? Was Jimmy standing within 3 foot of the woman? Did Jimmy charge into the house pushing her? Yes, Jimmy killed a woman. No matter how one slices or dices it, he did. Exactly. Thank you, Grind. It's good to see when you have somebody that understands exactly what happened. In some neighborhoods, a 16-year-old can be just as badass as any gangster. This guy, Jerry, was walking home his girlfriend because it was Son of Sam was going on at that time. He was walking home his girlfriend. He dropped her off and he left the house and he was walking back to his parents and he never made it home. So, Jerry, if you're trying to make that okay, I don't know what to tell you. Do you have any children? Do you have a 16-year-old son? Why do you care so much about the amount of other show subs totals? Why do you care that I care? That's what it comes down to. Lee, you should thank Jimmy's buddies for the subs because his stories are all about them mostly. Yeah, and how many of them are actually true? Sammy's stories are so full of shit. I mean, 70% that comes out of Sammy's mouth is bullshit. He just adds stuff on. If you ever notice with his stories, he adds like a Hollywood ending on it. You know, they're being written big cue cards. Actually, I think that Jimmy Calandra is more honest than Sammy. I think that Jimmy's stories are more true than Sammy's stories. I heard them all are good tippers, though. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's part of your makeup what kind of tipper you are. Lee Cole, serious question. Do you think that all of these guys that kill people, not the self-defense reasons, should be executed to deter crime? I don't believe in execution. I believe that it's worse when you're in lockup 23 hours a day than it is to be executed. You know, why do these guys all flip, all these gangsters flip now? Well, there's no gangsters left, very few. But why did they all flip? Because they were going to prison for life and they didn't like the idea of being locked up. I would ask anybody here, would you rather be executed or stay in 20? A lot of these gangsters stay in 23-hour lockup nowadays, especially when they go to federal prison. Or would you rather be in 23-hour day lockup and where you go out in the yard all by yourself 1 hour a day, you take 3 showers a week? To me, that's more torture than being executed. That's just my opinion. My opinion over the years has changed on the, I used to believe in the death penalty, but once you're in jail and you understand what jail is all about, you realize that being locked up is worse than being executed, especially when you're locked up in solitary confinement. You knew what happened with Jimmy in the robbery. Why was it okay to be cool with him? And you have morals. Come on, laugh out loud. You got a good point there. Can't argue with you, Jerry. Regina is, oh, I wouldn't be surprised. He has a few of those accounts. Cowards do that. That's just it. I wouldn't be surprised at all. How did Jimmy shoot the woman? That's actually professional. His partner pulled the trigger by mistake. I'm sure you listen. Oh, dude, you don't. If you're committing a crime, it doesn't matter whether the trigger gets pulled by accident. Do you understand that? It doesn't matter. You're committing a crime. Nobody knows what happened at that door except those people. The fact of the matter is the woman got shot in the face and she died. And she came to answer the door innocently. Why do people keep making excuses why it's okay that this woman got shot? But as in Jimmy's favorite sentence, she was accidentally murdered. How do you accidentally murder somebody? You accidentally kill somebody, but you don't accidentally murder somebody. It's impossible. Regina. Lee Cole, people ask these questions because all you do is contradict yourself. But you know what, Regina? You're still here. So you keep on watching, keep my views up. I appreciate it. You ask any tough questions you want to ask. Now, let me go to your clown partner right here. No, this entertainment's disgusting entertainment, but entertainment. But Frankie, that speaks a lot about you. If this is disgusting entertainment, why are you still here? Because you're a disgusting person, maybe? Frankie Calabrese needs a tissue and someone to talk to. He does. You know, people like Regina and Frankie, they're just scuzzbag lowlives that like to be here. But you know what? I don't mind that they're here. They keep the viewership up, so let them be here. Okay, let's see. Frankie Calabrese needs a tissue and someone to talk to. Well, we already read that. Sorry. Joey Electric, I'm not MRE. He's a good guy, though. Okay. Now you go run back to him and you tell him everything that you did on my show. Oh, you know, Lisa, and then he'll be there agreeing with you and all that stuff. That's it. That's why I do not take him serious, because people like you are running around for him if you're not him. Jimmy's not a tough guy. You people believe he is. That's why he needed Paulie G. I saw the first time I saw him on Inside American Mob. I wasn't fooled. How do you know, Lee, were you there? Why ask if I have a son? I would never mention your family, laugh out loud. But that's sarcasm right there, my man. I asked you if you had a son that was murdered. A 16-year-old. You know, I spoke to this man's sister that was murdered. You know, they have to wake up every day. Their brother never came home that night because of Sammy Gravano. And then Sammy Gravano made up a story and said, he ran at us. even though Sammy Guevara, when he gave his first confession about the murder, stated that he murdered him. And then Sammy Guevara's changed the stories for the stupid people that believe him. Sammy is entertainment business too. He tells a great story. He does, but it's a story. You just hit it right on the button. It's a story. I'd rather see Sammy Guevara doing this than if Sammy Guevara wasn't doing this, he'd be doing something else very bad. Because that's all he's done his whole life. Very, very bad stuff. Murder and drug dealing. That's what Sammy Guevara has done his whole life. Okay, let's read Tim Reed. Okay, Tim Reed is one of those people that when he leaves here, he goes on all these other channels and talks shit about me. Real bad shit. Okay, I love watching Lee make a fool out of himself, and that's or we are able to make him disable and dislike buttons. See, Tim Reed is admitting that he's one of those people that hit those buttons. But that's okay. I'm glad you came back there, Tim, because we got to block you. I don't like to block everybody, but Tim, that guy's a scumbag. So, you know, you got to see what he does on these other channels. Frankie Laughlin, yeah, signed. I'd rather not say. I don't. Okay. Sammy was Gotti's underboss. His show has the most subscribers because of that. It's simple. Yeah. Yeah, but he has half the subscribers, though, that Michael has. You know, Michael's more legitimate than him. There's no doubt about that. Sammy is just what he is. A nasty, vicious old man that would kill anybody. Okay, we're going to get the people in here that want to ask questions, that actually really want to ask questions. Okay, this one is, don't you laugh at Gene and others? They got some major issues going on in their life. I don't need to laugh at them. I mean, they got some major issues. Alex, you can comment anytime you want. I've never had an issue with you. Again, your show wouldn't have a show without Sammy, Jimmy, John, and FBS. That's all you have to talk about, Lee. I want to see you do a show without putting their names in your mouth. Justin, here's what it comes down to. I could do a show that I want to do. I don't have to listen to you. And it bothers you guys so much that you come in here and you attack, but you don't faze me. You're just entertainment. That's all you are. You're part of the entertainment. Okay, people, we're gonna, would you have a sit down with M.R.E. Lee? Only if I could see his face. That's it. No, MF has more subscribers, and everybody, y'all, YouTubers should just say thank you to him for his lead in the genre. It's true. You know, he has a great show. Okay, here's mine, Lee. Where is Carlos Muñez? Yes, you know where he is. You know. Lee, have you thought about interviewing Frank Pasqua? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. You know, a lot of people just don't like Frank Pasqua, you know, no matter who they are. You know, the guy probably give a good interview. He was on Vlad TV, I believe, just recently. And then he was also on John and Gene. I just don't know. That's something that I would have to think about without a doubt. Every other word is Hootie, Stax, A-Light. Time to move on. Cuban B, don't do sit downs. You should sit down. Exactly. Okay. Well, people, it's been fun doing shows today. We had our share of the dirtbags in here today, the trolls. But I like to thank them too for being here and keeping my views up. So thank you guys. And my next show, please come back to keep my views up. Okay. Well, everybody have a nice one. You all take care. And I really had a good time today. And we'll see you tomorrow for another show with lots and lots of viewers.